Look at all the fun things I have as we begin this chapter. It's about seeds and God's plan for seeds. Isn't that amazing? We think about God even has a plan for a little tiny seed. Do you know what I saw in my cabinet the other day? And I've been thinking about this all the last couple of weeks. God says that we need to have faith like a mustard seed. Do you like mustard on your hot dog or on your sandwich? It's that yellow stuff. Well, you know what? That has to be made from something. And a lot of things in our food come from plants. We're going to talk about that. But I want to show you. Here's my little jar. It's called yellow mustard seed, and you use this when you're making different things. Sometimes it's ground. Excuse me. And sometimes it's whole. If you make pickles, I think that's why I even have this. And you just use a little bit. But look at, I want to pick out one. Can you see it in there? It's rolling around in there. There it is. Look at how little that mustard seed is. God's word tells us that we need to have faith. And even if it's the size of a mustard seed, God is honored with that. Isn't that amazing? How little a mustard seed is. God uses those things to help us see and understand truth that he's trying to teach us. Boys and girls, that seed is little. But God says if I have faith as even as small as a mustard seed, that's still faith. Oh, I'm so thankful for that. Now, faith doesn't mean that things are going to always be easy, but God is always there to help us. Did you find your science book? If you need to, push pause, run, get it. And let's look at page 47. It's chapter 4, God's plan for seeds. You see that picture? That's of a big oak tree. It's huge. Maybe you've seen an oak tree that's really, really, really big. But did you know that it didn't start out that big? Wouldn't that be a fun tree to climb or have a tree house in? Oh, I think it would be wonderful. But you know what? That tree didn't start out that big. Nope. It started as just a little bitty acorn. Maybe it was because a squirrel hid the acorn in the ground and he forgot to come back for it. But it was in the ground and it grew. It took time to grow. And over many, many years, a tree like that will get that big. It takes a long, long time. Who caused the tree to grow? Yes, God did. Then the squirrel might have buried that nut, but God was the one who caused the tree to grow. Isn't it a wonder that a little seed like this can grow to be a mighty tree like this? Oh, who can make a tree grow? I'm sure I can't, can you? Oh, who can make a tree grow? No one but God, 'tis true. So let's look at our science book today. We're looking at some seeds that have been planted. And remember, back when God created the world, do you remember what day he created plants? I believe it was day 3. He separated day 4, sorry. Oh my, I gotta look. Did you remember? I'm all confused. Let's look. Let's go back to Genesis. Genesis chapter 1. I'm trying to go fast here. My fingers aren't letting me. It's cold down here in my basement. Okay. So evening, morning, the 4th day. So on day 4 was the sun, moon, and stars. Day 3. Day 3. So let's see. And God said, let the earth bring forth grass, herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed is in itself. upon the earth, and it was so. And the earth brought forth grass, and herb yielding seed after his kind, and the tree yielding fruit, whose seed is in itself after his kind. And God saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the third day. Oh, do you know what? I didn't realize how much I depend on those numbers about our creation days. And we got to think about that, because when God created all the plants, he created it so the seed was in itself, so it can keep reproducing or making again. Okay, so let's look at page 48 and let's read this. A corn seed will always grow to be a corn plant. It could never be anything else. This is God's plan for each seed. And so we see how the little tiny seed, and as it gets the warm air, it gets the sun beating down, it has the dirt, and then it gets the water from the rain, or if you have to water it with your hose. So that it needs those three things. Pretty soon it will send out little roots, and the little plant will come out of the ground, and it will get bigger, and look, it'll be stronger. And those roots act like straws, takes the good stuff out of the garden. The stem, it takes that yummy stuff and sends it up, 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 up. The corn stalk, the leaves gather the sun, and pretty soon the fruit or the vegetable begins to grow, and then the flower on the top of the corn plant, and that helps it grow and makes it be able to keep growing. And then we know a corn cob, what that looks like. A tiny plant is inside each seed. Do you see the plant in this bean seed? Where is it? Yep, it's that. It looks like a little leaf, doesn't it? It's all ready to grow. So it has a coat on the outside, and that coat, when it's in the ground, it splits off and it makes the food for the little baby plant available. And this little plant starts using this food, and then it gets ready to send out its little roots. And I have these cute little models so you can see it. There's the bean seed sending out of the little root, and then it gets a little bit bigger. Those roots have to be nice and strong to suck out the good nutrients and minerals from the ground, and then it sends up the little plant. See how that little plant gets bigger? And then pretty soon we have a big bean plant that's ready to make more beans. Do you like beans as a vegetable? Do you like that? Look at page 49. Here's some seeds in the fruit that we eat. The fruit hides these seeds. It keeps it safe and protected. And then when we find it, then we can plant it again. We know what apple seeds look like, the pear seeds. Watermelon, cantaloupe. When we look at peaches and plums or cherries, those are a little bit bigger. We call them pits. Excuse me. And then here's kiwi. Do you know where the seeds for a strawberry plant, the strawberry are? Yeah, they're on the outside. And here's the verses we just read. And the earth brought forth grass, and herb yielding seed after his kind, and the tree yielding fruit, whose seed was in itself. Where do you find those seeds? Right, inside. Whose seed was in itself after his kind, and God saw that it was good. Boys and girls, if I plant a watermelon seed, I am not going to get a plum. If I plant an apple seed, I am not going to get a pear. Whatever seed is planted, that is what we're going to get. And so let's be reminded, we can't quite grow good stuff outside yet because it's still a little bit colder. We need it to warm up a little bit. How do seeds grow? Seeds need sunshine, water, Sometimes it comes in the form of rain. Sometimes we have to put our sprinkler or use our watering can, and soil to grow. So those are the three things that seeds need to grow. What kind of plant will I get when I plant these squash seeds? Will I get a cucumber or a corn? Nope, a squash. Boys and girls, if you plant a seed from a strawberry, you're going to get strawberries. Don't plant an orange seed and expect that you're going to get a potato. God made the seeds to be in itself. The plant, whatever plant you have, that's the kind of plant you're going to get more of when you plant those seeds. Don't forget that. All right? How many of you have started planting some seeds on the inside where it's still warm to be ready to plant outside when it gets warm outside? Anybody?